we're here with Kassan and Alex, and I totally just forgot how to say the last name, McCarrick? Macarig. Forgive me for that. So I've known Kassan and Alex for, I don't know, what has it been, like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that?
Yeah.
Met him at the gym and have been frequent flyers at Winston's Cafe. If you haven't been there, it's awesome. You need to go check it out. Best food in town for sure. But we're here today to talk about something that's extra special and very cool, kind of an extension of Winston's Cup, or extension of Winston's called Winston's Cup, the Community Unity Project. So explain to us a little bit about where Winston's Cup came from, what was the vision, how this all developed, and what are the differences between Winston's and Winston's Cup?
Yeah, so Winston's Cup is a 501c3, so it's a nonprofit. And it was kind of born randomly. We were approached by Napa County Health and Human Services to bid on an RFP that they had put out running their cafe, which supports their client meal programs. So anybody who's seeking services on their campus, ADS, child welfare, public health, mental health, they receive a voucher for breakfast or lunch, and then they can come to this cafe to get a free meal. And the agency that was running it prior to us decided that they didn't want to renew their contract. So we had talked about it, and we had talked about running it as Winston's Cafe, but then kind of as we dove into it a little bit deeper, it started to make more sense to start a nonprofit and run it as a separate entity, so that we could do more community outreach and community give back that was separate from the cafe in partnership with Napa County Health and Human Services.
Yeah. So Kassan's originally a social worker by trade, and this was really an opportunity to start to kind of develop that again and kind of answer that calling. And yeah, like she said, it just kind of came to us and we just dove into it, and instead of just repeating what we did at Winston's Cafe and Bakery, we kind of decided that we wanted to try to give back. We have 2 kids and 1 on the way, and for me, having had grown up here in Napa and really seeing the need to help individuals that are vulnerable in the community, and then watching our kids grow up in the community, and it's like, we really need to do something to help out and kind of pay it forward and see, and I think that's our motivation and the circumstances that just brought us here.
And just to add on to that, I think to provide vulnerable populations quality, nutritious food that wasn't being provided prior to us taking over this cafe. So it was very low cost, low nutrition food that was being made, and we, as a social worker, I've worked in the field for 10-ish years, and have kind of seen the disparity in accessibility to food amongst this population. Right. And so it was really an opportunity for us to give back to our community in a way that wasn't necessarily being offered.
And you were a licensed clinical social worker prior to opening Winston's, is that correct?
Yeah, so I was doing reentry work in the Solano County jails prior to opening Winston's.
So you guys have a real heart to serve the community. I was down there last week meeting somebody, actually did an intake interview and brought somebody into our program. And it was busy, it was bustling, people eating and conversing, and it's a really awesome setup, a lot of space. Service is amazing down there, super, super awesome staff. So anyways, I was just down there. I like to try to meet down there occasionally just to support what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Obviously, we're trying to serve in our lane, supporting a similar demographic, and so, and that's obviously what we're doing here, just kind of community conversations about who's who and what's what in our community, the different organizations that are serving like you guys, what needs are being met, how they're being met, how do people access these services, because not a lot of people know, kind of what the different organizations are in town, and we have a lot of good organizations, and so just kind of highlighting those is really kind of just our desire, so more people can know about what's going on in our community. I think it's really important. So we appreciate your guys' work and everything that you guys are doing. And so you guys provide clean food, healthy food, to anybody that's engaged in services at the Health and Human Services Department, correct?
Yes. And then most recently, about 2 months ago, we started partnering with Communicare LA, doing providing meals for their field. They call it field medicine. So individuals who maybe have struggles getting to the campus or connecting to services, or maybe they're not connecting because of fear or bad experiences. So what Communicare LA is doing is super cool. Is they're going to them, and so we got linked up with them through the Napa County Food Coalition. And so we're sending food into the encampments to also provide people who don't have accessibility to the campus fresh and nutritious food.
Wow. So like box lunches that are, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so you guys, in addition to providing the healthy, food, clean eating, you also are employing folks that are in need of restorative kind of job training and work experience. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have started to employ individuals that have barriers to employment, which has been a really great experience for me, kind of meeting and learning more about these individuals and kind of their story and who they are as a person, and just really trying to work with them to get them either back on track or into the job market for the first time, and just showing them relatively easy things that they can do to improve their ability to work. And for me, not being a social worker, it's been a huge change, like life-changing event experience for me. But
That's awesome. How so? When you say it's been a life-changing,
I think it's just not having had a lot of experience, and just kind of not knowing why can't someone get a job, or why is this person experiencing an inability to perform or something like that. And I think getting to know the people and their story, you're like, oh wow, this would have been very challenging for anyone. What happened to them or whatever. I haven't had experiences before like that, so it was good. It's good to know a little bit more than just like making a donation or doing that kind of thing in life, but actually interacting with people that are challenged with these things has been great.
That's great.
For me. Yeah.
That's really cool. And so we talked about the food you guys are providing to folks that receive the vouchers, that are engaged in services. Now you're still open to the public though, so anybody can go down, get some coffee, get food, and then that just directly supports the nonprofit, Winston's Cup. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are open to the community. It's a tough location because we are so isolated out over by the DMV and the new Costco, and you wouldn't know we were there unless you know we are there. So we're really trying to do a lot more outreach and figure out how can we bring the cup more into the community so it's not so siloed.
And what's the address out there, just so that everybody knows?
It's 2751 Napa Valley Corporate Drive, Building B.
Okay.
If you turn into the roundabout, there's a giant Winston's red sign out by the front door. That should be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we all go to Costco nowadays, so it's easy to access now because Costco is right around the corner. And then in addition to that, now is it the same menu or a limited menu? Coffee's the same? What does it look like as far as menu goes out there?
Yeah, so coffee's the same. We do source our pastries from downtown, so it's a much smaller variety. The menu is, we have our staples, like our bagels, our breakfast sandwich, our breakfast burrito. Those things transition to the cup. And then we have a little bit more condensed menu because we obviously don't do the same volume at the nonprofit that we do downtown.
Okay, awesome. It's still great. It's still amazing. I know that. So, but all the coffee's the same. So if you're a coffee fan,
yeah,
then it's the place to go.
Oh, and we have smoothies at that location. Mm-hmm. Smoothies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah.
And then also you guys do catering that supports the nonprofit, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you guys have a form online if anybody was interested in having you guys do a catering event.
Yeah, you could go online and see our menu. Breakfast and lunch, we do a lot of sandwiches, our bagels, and wraps and things like that. It's really the same food that we have at our cafe and bakery. Just the menu is a little bit smaller, but it's the same level and quality of food, and that was something that Kassan's very adamant, and we all are, about keeping, even though it can be very challenging financially, because we do rely on donations and fundraising to kind of subsidize the program there. But one of the things Kassan always says is that we're not going to lessen our food for any reason. We're not going to make something cheaper, regardless if it costs us more money or not. For any reason. So, yeah.
And so with that, you guys are a nonprofit organization, so somebody could donate and receive tax benefits.
Yep. We do donations online. You can go on there. We have a form there. I believe it's $12. Every $12 we'll create one meal out of.
With that being said, our contract with Napa County does have a cap on it. So we can only provide, I don't remember how many it is, but X amount of meals a year. So the donation allows us to provide meals to individuals who, maybe come to campus and you only get one meal per day, but they need two because maybe they don't have an income, maybe they're homeless, maybe this is the only place that they're able to access food. So the donations allows us to give them a bonus meal. That's on behalf of Winston's and not at cost to the county.
And also the box lunches that we do.
And the community care lunch. Yeah.
Do you know approximately how many meals you serve a month?
Yes. Because I submit our monthly invoice. So I know that prior to us taking over, the agency before us was serving anywhere from 200 to 300. And in March, I believe we served 792.
Wow.
Yeah. So now we are kind of, because the cafe has become so popular with the clients on campus, we've been really lucky. But again, the funding for it, is capped by the county. So I think now our contract stipulates that we can serve about 600 meals a month.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's a lot of meals.
Yeah.
You add that up over a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I definitely appreciate your guys' work, and I mean, you've supported us. You've supported the Bridge. I mean, just recently, you guys donated a ton of the superfood bowls that are amazing. By the way, I had one the first time like a couple weeks before the event that we were at a couple weeks ago, and I was like, okay, mind blowing. This thing is amazing. It was hard not to eat them all when you guys showed up with them at the event. But so we appreciate that. You guys are not only serving and supporting people through Winston's Cup, but you're also supporting other community organizations, and probably most likely not only the Bridge, but so it's been kind of a cool partnership, between the gym and Winston's, and one of my daughters works there, which has been great. She's at working for Novato PD now, so she hasn't been there as much, but it's been a great experience for her. So it's kind of cool how just everything connected, and but yeah, we're grateful for you guys. We'll make sure to put all your information online if people have any questions. We'll put your number up there, website, and be sure to direct them to you. So thank you guys. Is there anything else you guys think that our community should know about kind of what you're doing? And
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot, but it's hard to say. I think the biggest thing for us is just like building community, like you said. We're not doing it just for ourselves to have a nonprofit, but like helping other nonprofits out and bringing the community together is really important. And we've really seen that's like gives us a huge impact, right? Like you said, we know each other from the gym, from, your daughter working at our restaurant. And it's just the more that we are in touch with, like you and other people in the community, I think it's just the more that we can do as a whole.
Yeah, I think we recognize how fortunate we've been to have such a successful cafe downtown. And that was really the motivation for the nonprofit was, okay, we've really established ourselves in the community in downtown, and now how do we make what we're doing accessible to everybody, regardless of your financial status, and how do we connect community and fill these gaps, but working in conjunction with other nonprofits and agencies and contracts. And we're not in competition, we're all trying to help people. So
Exactly.
let's figure out how can we support one another to do that.
Amen. And that's kind of why we're doing this. I mean, we don't have a huge reach. We're not going to be reaching 30,000 people. Maybe over time more people will know who we are. But within our context, we just would love people to know a little bit more. It's all about, everybody working shoulder to shoulder is able to make a larger impact. Everybody kind of serves in their lane, impacting those specific individuals that you're targeted towards and are there to serve. But there's a lot of bleed over and crossover. So just learning how to network and how to promote and pass along resources is really something that I'm pretty stoked about. And so we appreciate you guys. And last thing, you guys are going to come out and do the catering for, you guys are going to provide the meal for the Bridge dinner in October, right? For our annual meal.
Yes.
We're excited about that. Super excited. So anybody who wants to come preview, come check it out. Be October. I think it's October 9th, but we'll update that date as well. So anyways, we really, really appreciate you guys. Congratulations on the new baby that's coming.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Exciting.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate it. Keep serving well. We'll be here to support you guys. All right.
Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.